Hey Frag fam, Corbin here again from Northwest Scent. So I know yesterday we did a first impressions on a new release from Creed. That one was Viking Cologne. If you missed that, I will link that above with an iCard. However, I have another new release. This one is coming from Giorgio Armani and it just arrived today. So we're gonna be doing another one today. This is one that I have been looking forward to and I'm really curious what it smells like. So if you're interested to hear about this first impression on this brand new release from Giorgio Armani, please stick around. But first, let's roll that intro. All right, welcome back. So like I said, we're talking about a brand new release from the house of Giorgio Armani. This one is a flanker from the Acqua line. It is the brand new Profondo Lights. Now, the original Profondo is a fragrance that I've talked about before. I'm not a fan of it at all. Actually, I do dislike the fragrance itself. I don't like the way it smells. So this one hopefully will be different. We're gonna have to find out. I'm gonna get the cellophane removed and I will be right back. Okay, so I got the cellophane removed and here's the bottle. When I was looking online, it only came in 40 mils and then 75 mils. This is the larger 75 milliliter bottle. And I will say it looks pretty good. Honestly, probably one of the better looking bottles from this house, from this line in particular. If you're familiar with the original Profondo, it is a solid light blue gradient with a frosted glass. This one is a clear glass. There's no kind of texturing to it and it is actually on a gradient. The bottle looks really good. However, of course, I really only care about the scent. And again, just like in my Viking first impression, or I should say my Viking Cologne first impression, I'm gonna smell the original first and then the new flanker. I do not own Profondo because like I've said before, I do not like that fragrance at all. However, I did request a sample. Even though I know I don't like it, I do want to have it present with me. I do want to smell it first, and then I can do more of a comparison rather than just a straight up how this one smells. So we're going to start with the original. I'll just say really quick what I think of it, and then we'll move over to the new fragrance. And I'm going to be spraying the original Profondo from this little sample right here on my right wrist, and then we're going to be doing Profondo Lights on my left wrist. So here we go. Wow, that thing has a pretty good atomizer for a little tiny, what is this, like a 2 mil sample maybe? Anyway, yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, I've tried this numerous times. I've owned a bottle. I've gone to Ulta, Sephora's, whatever, resampled. There's just something with this like mineral note that they're listing in the notes that to me is coming across more like sweat. Traditionally, like with aquatic fragrances, they do include a like sea salt note or some kind of mineral note. And normally I do actually dig it, but whatever they're doing in this particular fragrance, it's literally giving me the smell of sweat. So I can smell that pleasant Acqua DNA down under, but it's like there's this sweat note kind of lying on top of it that I just cannot shake. And to me, yeah, it's just not really that pleasant. I'm sure for other people, you know, it's really appealing in the sillage and whatnot, but just like me wearing this, I cannot stand it. And I do understand why it's popular, and I'm not knocking it and saying it's a bad fragrance. I'm just saying for my personal taste, this is one that I'm not a fan of, and I knew that, but at least now I have it to compare to the new one right here, again, Profondo Lights. So now we're gonna spray this one on my left wrist. Also, I haven't watched any videos on Profondo Lights yet. I know a few other YouTubers have released their first impressions. I've avoided watching those because I wanna go into this completely unbiased. So here we go. Okay, I did 2 sprays and I'm just gonna wait a second like usual. Okay, here we go. And my fridge just turned on. I do apologize if that's in the background, but this is not striking me as an Acqua flanker, like hardly at all. I mean, it is fresh, but it's not, there's that signature Acqua DNA that's really hard to pinpoint. Sure, it's aquatic, it's a little bit sweet, and it's got like the citrusy feel to it, but there's lots of fragrances out there that are classified as such. There's something with the Acqua DNA that is very distinctive, and regardless of which flanker you're smelling, you can pick up on it. And I'm hardly getting that here in this one. Like even Profondo, the one I dislike, I can still pick up that DNA down under like I said earlier, but it's just that kind of sweaty smell on top that I really cannot get behind. And this one, I'm not really getting that Acqua DNA at all. It's it is bright and fresh, and you know, I can see that, but it's just not giving me like that, like I'm saying, that DNA. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but this is just so strange. What I'm picking up on is there's like this green kind of coniferous smell, some kind of like herbal or woody accord that is giving me kind of the smell of fresh cut tree, but like on the synthetic side. Definitely not like a natural smell of that, but I'm getting this really green aromatic feel. And I feel like that is more dominant than the citruses that they're using here, because this is an Acqua di Gio flanker, so I'm sure they're using some kind of citruses here. I haven't looked at the note breakdown, but I'm getting, this is mostly green and aromatic, and then I feel like the citrusy kind of bright aquatic side is secondary to that. As far as what I think of it, is it better or worse? I think it does smell better, like personally, and that's subjective. However, objectively, I don't know if this is a better fragrance. It's not striking me as like ultra unique or something that I haven't smelled before. It's really kind of, to me, standing out as its own fragrance. Yeah, I'm not really getting that like DNA in there, like the original Profondo. This is so, yeah, I don't like that one. So yeah, what I can say is Acqua di Gio Profondo Lights to me is more appealing just to my nose. It does smell better to me. I could actually see myself wearing this, but it's not as distinctive, if that makes sense. This smells a little bit more basic. I'm not really getting that Acqua di Gio DNA. There's nothing ultra exciting here, you know. I'm always looking to be kind of excited by a fragrance, get something new from it, and I'm not really kind of getting that here. This just smells like a kind of green, woody, herbal, slightly aromatic, citrusy fragrance, which is really nothing new. Again, it does smell pleasant, but I can't say that this is something brand new, never been done before, that you have to go buy right now full retail. So I know those were kind of my like short first impressions, but that's what I'm feeling for this fragrance at this point. Okay, so I decided to wait about 30 minutes, just let it settle down a little bit on my skin. In general, when I do first impressions, I do like to get that mid stage to the fragrance, because for a majority of the life of the fragrance, you're gonna be in that mid stage and then that dry down. So the opening usually isn't super telling or accurate to how the fragrance truly smells. And what I can say from waiting for, you know, this 30 minutes is that it actually has started to kind of show itself as an Acqua di Gio flanker to me a little bit more. Like I was saying in the opening, I wasn't really getting that distinctive Acqua di Gio DNA as much, like you do get even in the original Profondo from the opening. Now I am getting that DNA, and this is actually smelling more similar to the original Profondo than it did in the opening. I do still like it a little bit more. However, this is not wowing me by any means. This is definitely not something I'm gonna recommend you guys go out and get immediately for the full retail price and whatnot, especially if you have the original Profondo, because this is drying down, like I said, more similar to it. But I do like it better, and I think the reason I like it better is they seem to have tamed or toned down those mineral notes, giving it that really salty feel, and they've amped up the greenness. So like I was saying in the opening, how it smelled really green to me, well, that is true here in the mid as well. It is still very green, but I'm just getting more of that Acqua di Gio presence. I'm getting a little bit of this lavendery, kind of maybe clary sage aromatic touch. I don't know if it's one of those or if they're not using that at all, but I am getting kind of this aromatic touch that would hint at one of those. So in all, it still does smell pretty nice to me, but this is nothing like wowing me, nothing amazing. One thing I can say is my fiance came home about 10 minutes ago, so a good 20-25 minutes after I sprayed it on. And right when she walked in, she said, wow, what does that smell? It smells really good. So she enjoyed it, and this thing is projecting a decent amount, at least within the first 30 minutes. So I thought I would just add that as a note. But all in all, this is nothing amazing. I would probably wait until you can find it slightly discounted, or if you have the original Profondo, just hold on to that. I don't think this is a fragrance that you need in your collection. Well, there you guys go. That was my first impressions of the new fragrance from Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Profondo Lights. Hope you guys found this helpful or useful, and if you did, or if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate dropping a like just to show your support, and then that way more people can see my videos on YouTube. Additionally, if you want to write a comment, maybe just letting me know your thoughts, as well as some new video ideas or topics, that would be great too. And since you're down there doing all that stuff, if you've not already, if you could hit the subscribe button and then the bell notification, that would be amazing. That way you stay up to date on new videos whenever they get released going forward. But with all that out of the way, that's all I really have for you guys today. So I hope you have a good one. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, and smell great.